Well, hey, Business 10 students, this is Mr.D, and this is week 13 of our 16-week course in Introduction to Business at Norco College. And this week we're going to be looking at a couple more chapters that deal with finance. And so we're going to be looking at chapter 17 and 18 on understanding accounting and financial information as well as financial management. And of course, finances are extremely important when it comes to business. So also note that we only have a couple of more weeks of work. So we have this week, week 13, we have week 14, and week 15 where we have actual content, and then week 16 is going to be our final exam, and there'll be no other work other than the exam. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Here I am on our course homepage, and I'm going to come down here to modules. We're actually in module number 4. We just started. And I think we're in the second week of Module 4, and that brings us to, as I mentioned, Chapter 17 and 18. Now, last week, we started looking at economics by considering Chapter 2, which is really one of the earlier chapters in the book, obviously, and it deals with economics, so it kind of describes basic economics, and then we covered that chapter alone. You did a homework assignment on supply and demand. You, of course, had the PowerPoint as well as you had a quiz on that chapter. And then we started our final and fourth discussion post on the impact of printing too much money. I think you'll find this very interesting because this is what we have done in America over the past couple of years. And we are continuing to do, and that is to borrow money and to print money and to put a lot of money into the economy with the hopes that it's going to generate a greater economy. And instead what happens is what you will learn from the assignment. So anyways, we come to this week, you're going to have a check-in assignment number 14. Again, we have 2 chapters to look at. You're going to be looking at this topic in your homework of debt versus equity financing, which really all you're doing is looking in the book and looking at the difference between equity financing and debt financing. What is the strengths and weaknesses, the pros and cons of each of those? I want you to know what they are, and I want you to know what the strength and weakness of each one is. And then, of course, you have your quiz on chapter 17 and 18. And then you're going to be continuing the discussion post on the impact of printing too much money. And that's going to carry us all the way through the end of the class, that discussion post. So that's pretty much it for week number 14. There's not a whole lot here, but just wanted to make sure you were on track and that you guys would keep up the good work. And like I said, we have week 15. Actually, this is week 14, not 13. So did I have it wrong? I do. It's week 14. So anyway, I apologize. I had the wrong week, but the right chapters. So we are in, week 14, 522 through, in this case, 522 to 528, but this could be any semester. So it is week 14. So I apologize that the screen was incorrect. But yeah, so then we have week 15, so we have one more week of work in class. And then we have our finals week, which is week 16, and there'll only be the final exam that week, along with there is an SLO post-test that I use to compare to your pre-test that you already took to see what you've learned, and so that helps me in